Hey, okay, my name is Denise. I'm a stylist for Color Street, and I'm also venturing off into makeup videos just because I can. And you know, I'm getting everything ready right now, and in front of me on my table, I'm looking at this pile of stuff, and it's like, do I really wear? Yeah, I guess I do. Like this, all of this stuff, this is everything I'm using. And I like to think that I'm more of a minimalist, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Drugstore for sure. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a little concealer on my lids. It's really not to conceal, it's more to get a good base for what goes on top. And also maybe to cancel out a little of the veininess I have. And this is the same as what I used last time, Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. What is that number? Oops, it's upside down, 120. So that's what I'm putting on now. And I'm moved back a little because someone mentioned that I was a little too close for the last one, and you know, I don't want anybody to watch and go, ugh. You know, like, you don't really need to see every pore, do we? No, we don't. So I moved back a little. I hope it's better. And next I got Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder in, what's the number? Oh, this is just translucent. There's no color, technically, I guess. And if I don't set this right now, this second, it'll crease. It's probably already creased a little on this side. So I just do that so that everything blends over it nice and smooth. And there's no creasing later. And everything that I'm using today is the same thing I used in my last one. Influencer hand. So it's the Wet n Wild Micro Brow in Soft Brown. I think you can see the color there. And so yeah, the love-hate thing with my brows still persists. But, you know, I try to not, like, I don't want to do the whole carving of the thing and all of that. I just want to fill it in where it needs it and make them so that they don't look like there's bald spots. I still haven't cut my hair yet. That'll probably be Friday. And I have like wash and wear hair. I never put any like goop in it. I don't put mousse. I don't dry it. All I do is wash it. I wash it and I brush it. And then I throw it in the bun, or oops, I just did the thing where I said I wouldn't. Sorry. And then I like put it in my braid, or sometimes I wear it down. But I have discovered in the last couple years, the less I wash my hair, oh, I'm close again, sorry. The less I wash my hair, the happier it is. I mean, there are times when I'll go like 7, 8, 9 days without washing it. I mean, I brush it every day. And if it doesn't, you know, look horrible, why? If it doesn't feel like it needs it and it doesn't look like it needs it, why? So that's my recent discovery about my hair. It seems like it's happy the less I do to it. So I think we're mostly even. Okay, look at this brow on this side. Why does it do that? It looks just like this one right now, but then when I go like that, like right there, it looks so much darker. I don't get it. Or unless I'm the only one seeing that. Do you guys see that too, or is it just me? Help me. All right, I think we're done with the brows, pretty much. Yep. Happy with that. And all right, the palette I'm using today is by a brand called Milani. They have like 3 different gilded versions. This one is Gilded Gold. There's a Gilded Nude and a Gilded Terra. And the Terra one has deeper jewel tone. I'll show you next time. But this one has a bunch of really cool neutrals, and there's the deep green, gold, different shades of gold and yellow, and this one is a very vibrant, like orange yellow. Oh, if I go like that, you can see the colors better than if they're like that. So clearly this is a very much well-loved palette. I love this thing. I use it all the time. So, and it has a mirror, which is really cool. I don't know if they're still making these or not. They've come out with a bunch of different other ones, so I'm not really sure whether, oh, hang on. Gotta show you which one I'm using. I'm gonna go into this, the brown one down here as like my base, which as you can tell, I wear a lot. This is just gonna go all over everything. The other day I used my bronzer as my base, but I wanna go a little bit deeper today. And I'm partly holding the mirror down so I can really see everything, but if I look straight ahead, I have a lot of crinkling in my lid, and if I look straight ahead, it doesn't go on as nicely as if I look down. So that's partly why I'm doing that. It's partly because of the crinkly and partly because I get a better look at my whole lid. And I don't want to go too high with this. I know a lot of times you see makeup ladies do the whole crease thing and going up higher. Today I'm not going to do that. I just want to go more on my lid with this one. I might go up higher with my bronzer later. Yeah, that's good. Oh, and something else I discovered. This is I have like Amazon Basics cleansing wipes, like, you know, makeup remover wipes, and I looked on Target because I go back and forth between Amazon and Target, whatever's cheaper, and Amazon had a much cheaper price a little while ago, but I opened up the Target one because these are identical. They look exactly the same and they smell exactly the same. So Amazon Basics and Target in the light blue pack are the same. Well, I think they are anyway, in my estimation. Their fragrances are the same. All right, so there's that. And today I'm just gonna go neutral. I'm gonna go into this one. Oh, it almost matches my nails. Was not the plan. So I'm gonna just go that on top right here. And with this one, you really don't need that much. Pretty. Yeah, this is quick. It's almost a one and done where, you know, you put it on and you put the base on, and then on top you just sweep a little of this right here. And it just changed everything. It made it look so much nicer. And this is not glittery at all. It's not like a glitter shade. It's this one right here. It's just nice and shimmery. It's a nice shimmery neutral brown, and it just looks good with everything, I think. Okay, clean off my other finger. And I don't think I need to do, I don't know, do I want to? Yeah, I do. All right, I'm gonna do the thing with the bronzer on my upper area up here. Just a little bit. See, now if I go like this with my hand, now my hand's in the way. All right. That's better, okay. It's very subtle, but I can see it. All right, mascara time. And I'm gonna use the same mascara that I used yesterday or the other day, which is my Color Street Tro-Flex. I'm telling you, this stuff really is phenomenal. I'm still in love with the formula. I know I said that the other day, so I'm not gonna, you know, belabor that point other than to say this stuff is great. And I mean, you can see me doing it. It's very easy to work with. I don't see any clumps. Do you see any clumps? I don't see any clumps. Oopsie. And I'm barely like halfway through with this coat and it's like already quite volumed. And you know, if you do get a little bit of, well, okay, there was a clip right there, but you just flip your brush and there's, you know, you can just keep combing it out. I call this a brome. Influencer hand again. I call this a brome because it's like a brush and a comb. You've got the comb on, the comb is there, and then you flip it over and you've got more, there's like 4 or 5 different sides to this thing. So there's, you can't go wrong. It's nearly foolproof, mistake proof. Flippy, flippy. Flip it again. Why am I going like that on my uppers? I don't know. And I don't want to laugh too much because it's still wet and it's going to transfer up. So yeah, it's just funny, the faces we make while we're doing our face. The faces we make while we're doing our face. That was a little redundant. All right. Ah! I really, truly, I mean, sometimes you get geeked out about things and you get really excited about things, and I'm really excited about this mascara. What can I tell you? How can you possibly have a bad day when your lashes look like this? I ask you. I ask you. So I don't know if I've told you guys all the story of me and my boyfriend. I play backgammon a lot. It's my hobby. It's one of my favorite things. And my boyfriend and I met at a place where you play backgammon online. As it happens, it was like the day like when they were doing their grand opening, and as it's like, how far back do I want to go? All right, the place that we all used to play at got closed down, and we were kind of like nomads looking for a new place to play. And a couple other places opened that weren't that good, and then all of a sudden this new place opens and it's phenomenal. They did a great job with the graphics, with the coding. The dice run smoothly. There's no lag when you're trying to play or anything. It's a really great site. And the first day that this place opened, you know, lo and behold, I start a conversation with this guy. And, you know, after about 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, well, this is interesting because I'm a bit of a grammar nerd. If I see here's foundation. I'm going to put it on my hand again like I did the other day. And, you know, if I see a meme that has a typo in it, I won't share it. I'll make a new one just like it, but I won't share it because I hate typos. And like grammar mistakes, spelling, it irks me. So here I am, and as you're playing backgammon at this website, you're talking in real time to your opponent. So you're typing back and forth. And usually it's like, hi, good luck, where are you from, what's your name, whatever. And, you know, I'll type a sentence and I'll be waiting like 30 seconds, minute, 2 minutes for them to pause and type back. And it's like, you would think that after waiting as long as I waited that there'd be a paragraph, and it's like just a tiny little sentence because they type slow. So, you know, I type really fast, and as I'm playing this guy named Rob, he's keeping up with me. He's typing really fast too. And then I noticed that I realized something. His font, usually when you're in a gaming environment and you're typing in real time, the men always have a bold font and it's black or dark green or navy blue and you know. And the women, it's always a scrolly font and it's pink and purple and it's really pretty. And so Rob's font was not bold and it also was not dark green or blue. It was a nice happy green. So not only is the font pleasing to look at, he's keeping up with me as we're typing back and forth. And then I realized that he's punctuating everything. Why are you apostrophe R-E? What the who does that? So it's like, okay, he's fast. He's, you know, articulate and knows how to punctuate. And then we started to get a little, not gross, not disgusting, but a tiny little bit flirty. And I thought, okay, who is this guy? What the? And like, I realized that, you know, a couple hours had gone by and I didn't want to get up from my computer. And then I blinked my eye and it's like 2 more hours have gone by and we had been sitting at our computers for like 4 hours. And he finally asked me for my number and I thought, okay, what are you thinking? The dude said he's in Florida. Why? Why do you want to talk to this guy? And then I thought, well, you know what? So what if he's in Florida? Big deal. You know, he seems like a nice guy, whatever. And at the time, I was living in this apartment with my ex. Very long story. But, you know, I'll tell you this much. My ex and I were like besties after we broke up. We were the classic story of the couple who get along better after they break up than when they were together. You know, go figure, really, truly. So, and we had to stay in the apartment for financial reasons because of money. It's expensive to move, okay? We're talking, where's I call this my paint rag. Now I got to get it off my hand. You know, to move, it's like first and last month's rent, plus a security deposit, plus somebody's got to buy a fridge and a couch and a bed, you know, and it was expensive. And so we just kind of said, all right, time out. We're going to just chill. We're in the apartment. We're fine. We're not fighting back and forth like crazy. We can make this work as long as we have to, and then we'll move. Boom. And it was in the midst of all of this that I met Rob, my boyfriend. And so he called me and we talked on the phone for a while. But the interesting thing about Rob is that one of the first things he said to me was, okay, I need to tell you something. And I'm like, okay, here it comes. Here it is. He's married. And he said, you know, I need to just tell you, I'm really not that much of a phone guy. Okay. And I thought, oh, well, that's kind of nice, because if I don't want to talk to him and I want to hang up, he's not going to be put off. And if he wants to hang up, I'm not going to be put off because he already told me that he's not a phone guy. So I can't be mad if he wants to hang up. So that's kind of refreshing. So in the conversation, like 10 or 15 minutes later, he goes, you know, you're really easy to talk to. I'm really enjoying this conversation. And I thought, score. So how many brothers do you have? And then we just kept the conversation going. And then like 20 minutes later, he says, okay, I don't think I've talked to my mom this long. This is like, you're incredibly easy to talk to. And, well, thank you. That's so nice. So, where did you go to school? You know, and we kept the conversation going, and like another hour goes by and he says, okay, who are you? I'm like shocked that I don't want to hang up the phone yet. And I said, I'm a talker. What can I tell you? And he says, well, you know, he said he's kind of speechless. And then we talked for a little while longer and he said, okay, I really need to hang up because it's 1 a.m. where I live. And, you know, I need to get up and go to work tomorrow, but what are you doing tomorrow? And I said, I don't know. What are you doing? And he says, well, I'm calling you when you tell me you're free. So that was like the first conversation. And I don't know what I wanted or anything, because even though my ex and I were still in the same apartment, I did not want to start something with someone, especially not far away, you know? So, so that was that first conversation. And then after that, we were like, we've talked on the phone pretty much every single night for a long time. It's been a while. And after a few, like about a month and a half, couple months, I finally figured, you know, I need to tell him that, you know, I live with my ex. I have to tell him, because one of these times he's going to call and David's going to answer the phone and it's just going to be weird. So I'm like, okay, I got to tell him. How do I tell him? Okay, I'm going to tell him. I'm just going to tell him. So my phone rings. I pick it up. Hey, how are you? Good. How are you? I'm good. I got something to tell you. And he says, well, I got something to tell you too. And I said, all right, let me go first. Okay, what do you got to tell? And I said, well, it's a really long story and I'll tell you everything if you want to know, but I live with my ex. And he made one of those noises that could have meant anything. And I said, what? Say something. And he says, all right, well, I don't know how to tell you this. I said, oh God, here it comes. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore. And I mean, it had only been a month or two, so it's not like it was a big deal. But he goes, well, I live with my ex too. And I said, shut up, you do not. And so then we told the entire story of, you know, how each of our marriages broke up and what happened and the whole shebang and the whole 9 yards. And so after that, it was like, okay, well, you know, we were able to talk about so much more stuff. And half the time it was like, you're not going to believe the day I had. We got into an argument. Yeah, well, you're not going to believe what she said to me. So we had that kind of bonding thing. And so that was in July of whatever year it was, however long ago it was. It's been a few years. And I'll tell you more about that as we go along. But he, by like October, November, we had to have the talk where, because I was starting to like the guy, you know, he seemed like a really decent person. And at the website that we were playing at, some people knew who he was, and nobody had anything bad to say about the guy at all. And I wasn't sussing him, you know, going, hey, do you know, dude, you know? It was nothing like that. I wasn't like trying to get information. It just happened that way that you talk to people about stuff and whatnot. So everybody had good things to say about him. Nobody was mean. Nobody was weird about who he was. And I thought, well, all right, you know, if he's a jerk, a lot of people would know he's a jerk because that's just how it happens in these places. Anyhow, okay, so this is NYX Butter Gloss in Sugar High. This, to me, is my perfect nude. It's slightly peachy. It's not so pale that my lips disappear. But I just love it. It's pretty much my everyday. So, okay, makeup done. Boyfriend. Actually, makeup is almost done. So anyhow, over time, you know, we had to have that conversation of I like you and what are we doing? Because I'm not going to get emotionally involved with the guy halfway across the country that I haven't even met yet, you know? No, not doing that. And so, you know, we had the conversation, I like you. Yeah, well, I like you too. And well, it's almost November now, so why don't we just shelve the idea of meeting until after the first of the year because nobody's going anywhere. And we'll figure something out later after the first. But we're going to keep talking, aren't we? Yeah, we can keep talking. Okay, good. And on his side of the country, when his marriage broke up, they were living in a home, very big home because he's a software engineer and his wife she was in finance. So they were making a really good salary. And they were in a really big house. And so when they broke up, they were having the discussion about, well, what about custody? What are we going to do about our kids? Because they had 2 kids that were in middle school, grade school, middle school at the time that they broke up. And so neither of them wanted to do the full custody thing, you know, because that means that mom gets to go visit her kids or dad gets to go visit his kids. They didn't want to do that. So plan A was out. They also didn't want to do the 50-50 shuffle because that's hard on everybody. And, you know, I know around the world people are able to make that work, but it wasn't going to work for them because then you have to have 2 mortgages, 2 households. I don't know an adult that would live in 2 places, you know, but they, you know, for their own reasons, didn't want to do that. So plan A and B were out. So plan C was, since they were living in a really big house at the time that had a nice guest room off the kitchen, they told the kids, okay, mommy and daddy aren't sleeping in the same room anymore because daddy snores, which is kind of true. So daddy's going to move into the guest room. but we're still here. We're still a unit. We still love you. We still are a family. Everything is as it was. There's nothing different. And that's the deal. We're just gonna, you know, still be in the house. So between the two of them, they made a pact that they were gonna stay in the house, raise their kids until they moved out, no matter what. And not every couple could do this. I know it's very rare that you can find couples that are able to cohabitate and not make a tense, you know, environment for their kids. But they got along like humans, just like me and my ex did. You know, they were still, you know, close friends, even if they couldn't, you know, sleep together and do the thing anymore. So, oh, this is what I'm doing. This is my powder, the Fit Me powder. I'm putting a little bit on my nose, and I'm also putting it on my glasses right here, like this. And that way I don't get my foundation doesn't come off, and I can just wear my glasses and not have to worry. So anyhow, so that's what they did. And between the two of them, they had a don't ask, don't tell policy. If you meet someone you hang out with, you know, lie to me is basically the MO. Tell me you're working, tell me you're gonna go visit your mom, gonna go see your sister, gonna go have a drink with some friends, whatever. Just, I don't need to know that you're gonna go get some. So since their MO is lie to me, and since the entire time that we were talking, never once was it, I gotta go, hang up. And he's not whispering, he's speaking in a full voice because, you know, everyone's on the other side of the house, because the guest room was off the kitchen and the bedrooms were like on the far side of, you know, the other side of the house, and the kids were sleeping upstairs in their rooms. So, you know, he was speaking with a full voice, and he told me at one point that when they decided that they were gonna split up, that he took his ring off and basically told her, my ring is on the dining room table now, and it's gonna stay there till I don't feel like I'm the only one in this marriage anymore. And he doesn't even know where that ring is right now. It's been a long, long time. But so when he came to see me, his ring finger looked just like mine. No tan line, no dent. And it takes a while for a tan line and a dent to go away, you know? So when he tells me he wasn't wearing his ring, I believe him. And, you know, I don't know about you, but if it's like midnight, 1 a.m. where I'm at, and I wake up and I reach over there and my man is not next to me, I'm gonna get up. Is he sick? Did he fall down? Did he break his neck? Is he eating? Is he watching porn? Where is he? And never did that happen. She's not like wondering where he's at 2 a.m. when he's talking to me. So a lot of things did check out, and that's why I was comfortable. And so, you know, that's how we met and that's how we started. And I will tell you more. This video is longer than I thought it would be right now, and I got to go to work. It's almost 11. So if you want to hear more, let me know. I don't want to just like yammer on and on. But yeah, face is done. I hope I'm far enough away from the phone that it doesn't bother anybody. And I hope you guys are having a happy day, and I will see you next time. Mwah. Bye.